They are making me put a warning label on this podcast talking about adult language and adult situations. First of all, these kids are already adults. They've had phones in their hands from the time they were 4 years old. They're watching porn, they smoking, they cussing, they having sex. But I have to warn them about my podcast? Whatever.
ElectraCast.
Plus, she took 2 bullets to the foot. Shit.
Welcome to Nightmare Road Stories, where we talk with the hottest performers working today about their crazy experiences on the road. I'm your host, Alycia Cooper, and today we have one of my good friends who is the illustrious bad girl of comedy, Luenell. And we're going to talk to Luenell about her crazy Nightmare Road story. But first, let's just catch up on what's been going on in the week. This has been a crazy week. Luenell, hasn't it been crazy? Like, what in the heck has been going on? They don't want to give us no money. You know, Mitch McConnell worth $22.5 million and don't want to give us $2,000.
Yeah. It's been more than crazy. It's been tragic as well because the COVID cases are rising every day, especially in Los Angeles where I'm at, and it's been it's beyond crazy actually.
Yeah, it is, and it's criminal. You know, it's actually criminal. Donald Trump is the biggest serial killer in America.
Say it again, Alycia. Say it again for the people in the back, Alycia.
Donald Trump is the biggest serial killer in the history of America. And as of January 20th, he needs to be cuffed. So that's what I'm waiting for. That's what I'm sitting around. That's my hope. That's what gets me out of bed every morning, Luenell. These people sit up here and they sit up here and fuss because Maxine Waters lives in a decent house. But nobody says anything about this daggone Mitch McConnell, his $22 million in the bank, keeping the little people from eating.
Yeah.
But it's crazy. But I want you guys to take a look at some of Luenell because, I mean, she's had me cracking up forever. So just take a look, a little slice of Luenell and what she gives us when she's performing.
My girlfriend called me crying like a motherfucker the other day. I'm like, I said, Tiffany, what's wrong? Oh my God, it's a muffin. I'm like, well, what the fuck is wrong with Muffin? Muffin has cancer. I'm like, Muffin had cancer? I didn't even know Muffin smoked. When the fuck did Muffin smoke? No, Muffin has cancer. I took Muffin to the vet. And he said it's gonna cost $13,000 for Muffin to get chemotherapy. I said, $13,000? Bitch, didn't I just ask you to borrow $50 the other day? You said you didn't have no money. Fucking shit is that? Then, you know, black people, we have a sick dog. You open the gate.
Oops.
Not an old lady blowjob stand. Okay?
Doesn't that sound enticing?
It's great, but you know what? We realized that our jokes are pre-COVID. You can't open up a old lady blowjob stand today.
Yeah.
Grandma will have to lift a mask up. She got to be 6 feet apart.
The shield would be cutting him. That's. That shield is a motherfucker.
That shield is awful. I don't know how people had a shield and a mask. You're just gonna pass out at some point.
Yeah, right. And you know, the mask has helped a lot of snaggletooth people. It's helped a lot of people with bad breath. But that shield, you know, you can have bad breath and asphyxiate your own self with that shield.
Absolutely. Well, let's talk about your road in comedy, because you've been doing comedy, what, 20-something years?
20-something years.
Wow. And so you got your start where, in Oakland?
Actually, in Long Beach, California is where I first started, and I met Robin Harris on the first night that I ever did stand-up comedy. Then he told me to come to his club, which was the Comedy Act Theater in Los Angeles, California. But at the time, I still lived in Oakland. So I ended up being, one of the more popular comics in Oakland, doing every club in Oakland. And I was like, I can either stay and just keep going around in this circuit, or I can leave and try to, take over the world.
And you've done that. You have done just that. I saw you and your beautiful daughter, Luenell, on Alycia, and y'all were just so cute together. Well, what was that experience like, letting people into something that personal about you? Because as comics, we don't let you in that close.
Right. Well, I had to let all the shields down. I had to let the comic shield down. I had to let the entertainer shield down. And it was more about me and my daughter, in our relationship. And we didn't go there really to get healed. We went there because my daughter's best friend lived in Atlanta. And I was just trying to get to Atlanta so I could see some of my friends. I'm like, let me do this little show and I can get a free ticket and come and see my homies. But it ended up being a little bit more impactful. Okay. And we did learn some tools there, and we have tried to do better since we've been home, because the mother and daughter relationship all across the country is a very difficult one. If it ain't difficult now, it will be difficult later. So we have been going through our process. And I got to say that, things are better. We still are each other. You don't cure cancer overnight, but it's really helped us.
That's excellent. That's excellent. And that's the good thing when you come away from a show, because, some of the shows don't go like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So some of the shows, they even the same spot or worse off. So it's good to hear that y'all are not only working towards some tools, but every day is improving from the day before. That's all you can ask for. That's all you can really ask for. And when I've been around the two of y'all, that's some serious love there.
It is.
Yeah, that's some serious love there. And Luenell is just so how'd you get the bad girl of comedy label?
The original bad girl of comedy, to be specific. And it was in Oakland. And there was a comedy promoter named Rick Sullivan. And I did a lot of shows for Rick, worked at a lot of clubs for Rick. And he sort of is the godfather of comedy in the Bay Area. Like everybody in the Bay ended up doing, some of Rick's rooms and doing them on a regular basis. And he made hosts out of us and headliners out of us. And Rick gave me that name because, I was drinking a lot. I slap a bitch. It wasn't shit. Real Housewives of Atlanta did not invent throwing a glass at a bitch in the club. I was doing that in the 70s. The difference between me and the bitches on Real Housewives of Atlanta is I don't miss. And now, your teeth is out and I got a felony and, it's all bad. So that's how I got that.
Well, it's a trip because your talent is real. We got to contend now with reality show people jumping up on stage and all. We don't have enough room for everybody to be jumping up on stage just because they on a reality show. You do this thing for real. And you've been vocal about that. The people that get to pimp the game that really haven't paid their dues, you've been pretty vocal about that.
Yes, but if you can't beat them, join them. They're not going nowhere. Instagram entertainers are doing way better than a lot of legendary entertainers that I know financially. But there are some talented internet entertainers. I call them that because comics can't rely on skits. Comics rely on interaction with live people on stage, and everybody that does a great skit doesn't translate to a great on-stage comedian. But there are some comedians that, or people that call themselves comedians or are called comedians that are doing skits on the internet that are really, 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 really funny to me. But it's just a different genre. You can kill it on Instagram and all that and the stories and stuff, but that doesn't mean that when you get on stage in front of people that you're going to translate the same, because you don't have your other characters, you're just by yourself. I've been very vocal about the fact that they're not really paying their dues in the game, and that, they're getting paid way quicker than they need to be getting paid and stuff. And I've backed off now and let them do them, and let, if they get the money, get the money, by any means necessary, like Malcolm used to say. So I'm not on their dick no more like that.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, because this last year had been crazy. Like so many things changed in the last year. I mean, after the whole George Floyd situation, it's like it's no longer that way anymore. You know, you see people coming together. We're more unified. There's been a racial reckoning. A lot of people lost their jobs. You know, it just kills me when people get on the internet and post something crazy and then don't know how the internet works. And they still doing crazy stuff. It's some guy who done cussed out an Asian woman yesterday in the Orange County. They done found that man online so fast. They done found the gym he owns. I said, Lord, I'm about to give me a Stairmaster for $20 because he is going out of business. And it always kills me how people don't understand how this internet game works. Everybody getting fired. I was like, see, to me, I was like, that's how we going to have income inequality. After these people get fired, black folks going to jump in them jobs. So
well, first of all, it's not a George Floyd situation. It was a George Floyd murder, first of all. And second of all, people, real people, have really, really suffered during this pandemic. Small business owners and stuff like that. There's people who sunk all their earnings into their new business, which opened in March and then closed in March. Racial violence is still prevalent. Ain't nothing calmed down. That's all bullshit. Don't believe because we're going to flip the calendar in a day and a half that everything's going to be all sunny and bright. They have been destroying statues all around the country. They just broke up a statue in my hometown in Oakland, California, of Breonna Taylor. That was one of the most insulting, hurtful things that I've seen since people were pouring black paint on the Black Lives Matter letters in the street. So we have a long way to go. I'm not getting ready to sing Kumbaya quite yet. I don't give a fuck about what anybody thinks about how I feel. We have been the ones to endure all the shit. But what's not going to happen anymore is that you don't get a pass anymore because you're ignorant to cultural slang and cultural differences and what's proper to say, like you people, and what's not proper to say. You don't get a pass anymore. You will be checked at every checkpoint that we can do it in as intelligent way as we can. And if you want to get gully, we can go there too. It's over. You can't keep teaching the same bullshit and curriculum that you've been teaching for the last 50 years to black folks. We all know it's a lie. We knew it was a lie before it came out during this quarantine that it's a lie. So they're going to have to restructure the educational system so that they don't keep preaching the fucking lie, because ain't nobody buying that shit no more. It's a new day for trans people, for gay people, for black people, Latinos, indigenous people, islanders. It's a new motherfucking day. And if the white folks are scared, who gives a fuck? Because we've been scared for 440 motherfucking years. We're scared every day that we drive down the street. We're scared every day when we go to the store. We're scared every day. So if you're scared, then enjoy being scared, bitches, because we don't care no more.
And on that note, see, this is why I love Luenell. This is why she's the original bad girl of comedy. She don't hold her tongue, super intelligent, got a degree. This woman is everything rolled into one. And we are just so happy to have her on the show. When we come back, we are going to learn about.
When we come back, I'll be gone. But thanks, everybody.
Look, we're going to be canceled. Luenell done got us canceled. But when we get back, we will hear about Luenell's Nightmare Road story. This is my original bad girl of comedy. We are back with more Luenell. Love her to death. I just love Luenell. I just love your frankness. Your comedy is a perfect mixture of hilarious, poignant, and intelligent. So I just love everything about it. And, thank you for doing the Nightmare Road story. And I just wanted to talk to you about one of you.
And you got the nightmare bitch to do it. But listen, Alycia, let me calm everybody down. Let's talk about Coming to America, The Quest, shall we?
Let's do it.
The fact that this movie is having a sequel made 32 years later, and that 99.9% of the cast is still alive and looking good, is amazing. The only person in the sequel that will not be present because they're physically not here anymore is the great Madge Sinclair, who played Prince Akeem's mother.
Right.
There is a picture of Soul Glow in the movie if you catch it, but he wouldn't be in the movie because he was Lisa's boyfriend 32 years ago. She'd been married for 32 years. What are we going to bring him in there for? He's not in the movie. The thirsty sister, I don't know why she's not in the movie. Maybe she was, ain't no telling, but she ain't in the movie. But guess who is? I am.
Yeah.
And, I've seen the movie. The trailer just got released. It's been sold from Paramount Pictures to Amazon Prime, which means that you don't have to worry about being scared to go to the movie theater. You can watch it in your drawers on your own self couch with your own popcorn and your own cocktail, your own blunt, or whatever suits your fancy. And you'll be able to enjoy this movie. It is not a remake. It is a sequel. Okay. Everybody that was in it before is in it again. All the scenes from the old men in the barbershop to the, sexual chocolate is still in the movie. And some new characters, we have people like Wesley Snipes, Rick Ross, other people that I can't name. And Leslie Jones does probably the best acting that she has ever done in her life. And I'm not a fan. And I admit that. She really killed this role. And she's going to become a big, big star after this movie comes out. Eddie was amazing, of course, many times over. Arsenio is great. The wardrobe is Oscar worthy because we have Ruth Carter, who did the wardrobe for Black Panther, who did the wardrobe for Coming to America. This time we have real African movie stars that y'all don't know yet, but you will know. And the musical score is great and the scenery is great. And I'm just proud to be affiliated with the film. It comes out March 5th on Amazon Prime.
That is awesome. And see, you worked with Eddie on Dolomite.
Yes, I did. 2 movies back to back. Same director, Craig Brewer, who also did Hustle and Flow and directed some episodes of Empire. Craig used me in Dolomite Is My Name and also in Coming to America, The Quest. I'm really, really pleased about that.
And you guys taped Coming to America, The Quest at Rick Ross's mansion, right?
A part of it, the Palace in Zamunda is truly at Rick Ross's mansion, which used to be Evander Holyfield's mansion. And we taped the other parts of the movie on Tyler Perry Studios, which was, very prideful to come to work every day and go past the Halle Berry soundstage and the Sidney Poitier soundstage and the Oxy Davis and Ruby Dee soundstage and a Whoopi Goldberg soundstage, for one Black man to do that, to acquire a Confederate Army base and turn it into a mega, studio for motion pictures and television is bigger than Warner Brothers, Paramount Studios, and Sony put together. So I'm proud to say that I was on that soil and filmed a motion picture like Coming to America, The Quest.
And I'm assuming that you guys shot this pre-COVID, right?
Duh.
Okay, good. Because I know Tyler, when you do a Tyler production, he's smart and he makes everybody stay on his campus.
Yeah, they stay in Maximeville, the village that he created. It looks like that set from Desperate Housewives, except Tyler's houses are built to spec. They have heat, they have air conditioning, they have running water. And when you come to do a movie, you check in, but you don't check out. It's like, raid. And you don't leave until the movie's finished, so you don't be coming in and out with the COVID.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you didn't have to deal with that at all. And
no.
I would have passed out if I was on that daggone sound stage looking at those.
I'd have just got the COVID because I sure was up around Rick Ross' neck. You can believe that shit. I'd have had to risk it. I had to risk it for Ross.
All right, Luenell. Well, tell us your interesting Nightmare Road story, because you've been on the road so much that I just,
Yeah, there's
I'm
many
curious.
nightmares. I mean, so many nightmare stories. I guess I used to do shows for this promoter in the Seattle, the Seattle area, Tacoma and Seattle area.
Mm-hmm.
I won't say his name, but anybody in comedy that knows that area knows the comedian, the guy I used to do shows for. And this guy, he had a habit of leaving you in the hotel because he had a nasty little hooker and gambling habit. And he liked to run off after the show with the money and leave you in a hotel like a bug in a jar and stuff like that. And I literally had to make some phone calls and call my boys, put the word on the street. Now, I'm not a gang affiliated or anything like that, but I do know some people. And so, you don't want that smoke. Not with me. But there was a happy ending. I got my money. They continued to live their life and raise their children. No blood was shed, and we went on.
Well, have you ever had anybody steal a joke of yours?
I have seen people do some material of mine, but it falls flat because it's just like, what a Toni Braxton song is. You know what a James Brown song is. People know my material for the most part. And I've been around long enough, they know my material. Comic audiences aren't as naive as they used to be. And they know whose material belongs to who. So people have tried to do my material before, but they just end up being what I like to call a hack. And they be like, man, that's Luenell's, so I don't worry about anybody taking anything from me because they can literally do my material word for word, but it won't be me, so.
Right, so it's not going to have the same punch.
No, and it might, and who cares, there's bigger fish to fry.
Yeah. See, I was always taught that you're not supposed to sound like anybody else. That's the whole purpose of getting up there. What you gonna
well,
you're
not supposed to, but, there's people that ain't supposed to sound like Mariah Carey. There's people that ain't supposed to sound like, Aretha Franklin. But yet there are people like that. And it's not that it's really a big insult. It's just that they trying, they desperate, and they trying. And they joke thieves and they trying. And, God bless them, child.
And have you ever had people come up to you and ask you to write for them?
Yeah.
What do you feel about that?
No.
Even if they paying?
No, you can't pay me enough. You don't have that much money. They don't have that much money to pay me what I need to write for somebody. If I write some fire shit, I'm gonna keep it for myself. What the fuck? Shit. I'm gonna give you all my shit? The fuck? Now I look like I'm stealing. I love the shit.
You look like you stealing.
I look like I'm stealing my own shit.
So out of all the tours that you've done, which was the most fun tour that you've been on?
Well, absolutely, without a doubt. First of all, I haven't been on a lot of tours, okay? I've only done one tour, and then I did my own tour. And the only tour I ever did before I did my own was being on tour with Cat Williams for the American Hustle Tour, where we, did like 126 cities, and then we made a movie afterward. So that was the best and only tour I've ever been on. Motherfuckers don't want me to go on tour with them. Why would they want to do that?
And see, that's what I love about Cat. Cat is secure in himself.
Exactly. He don't get intimidated. He wants bosses on the road with him.
Yeah. He does. And that was just, it was really amazing to me to realize that, because you look at some people's lineups and you like, oh, you really making sure they don't laugh till you get
Shut up, girl. Oh, you really don't want nobody to laugh before you.
Yeah, you want people to almost leave until you get up on this thing. I never understood that. People spending their hard-earned money. Let these people laugh.
Exactly. I want everybody on my show to be funny. I want my host to be funny. Yes. I want my feature to be funny. And I'm going to come out and be funny. I want them to leave my shows fucking exhausted. I want them to leave my life. Oh my God. I remember what that guy said. I remember the first guy, and then I want that. I'm not insecure. I'll go up against, some of the baddest in the building. The people you don't want to fuck with is some OGs. You don't want to fuck with Paul Mooney. You don't want to fuck with George Wallace. You don't want to fuck with Sinbad. You don't want to do that. Stay in your lane. I stay in my fucking lane. But going up against some motherfuckers like a versus, I bow down. George Wallace will fuck everybody up. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and make it look easy.
Yeah, no, it is easy for him. He's been doing it for 60 fucking years. He's Mr. Las Vegas. They don't probably have a higher paid black comedian than George Wallace.
Yeah, that's true. And Paul Mooney, I mean, I just sit down and watch him. Like, he's like watching a great jazz musician.
A professor. Unless you're white. Then it ain't like watching a professor. It's like, oh my God, I'm scared to get up, but I want to leave.
I came to LA and I was sitting in the back of the original room of the Comedy Store. This was like maybe 1995. And I sat in the back of the original room. It was like 1 a.m. and I came up from Maryland. I just always loved being around comedy. And Paul was on stage, and this was the first time I ever jumped up at a punchline. I was standing up. I was like, how did I get up on my feet? That's
the white
how hard
folks
I was
would
laughing.
be so mad because we'd be beating on the back of the seats, dying laughing. We're like, oh my God. Girl, you don't want it with the OGs. You don't. Really.
No. It's scary to think about it.
I mean, just stay in your lane. Just do you, but don't try to go up against them. Bow down and give them the motherfucking recognition that they work for and they deserve,
Yeah.
Just like Rudy. That's why it was so great for Eddie to do the Dolomite movie. Rudy Ray Moore was an innovator, even though he was a fucking underdog. I feel like I'm an underdog, who cares? But you still got your lane. Look, they made a movie about him, didn't they? Eddie Murphy played him, didn't he? So there.
If anybody could play you in a movie, who would you want it to be?
Brayley Evans. Do you know who Brayley Evans is?
The name sounds familiar.
You have to check her out. I already talked to her about it. I said, if anybody played me, I want it to be you.
Oh,
Brayley Evans. Brayley Evans can do it.
Yeah, because they just asked Miss Dionne Warwick who she wanted. She said Tiana Taylor.
As she should.
Yeah, and they actually resemble each other. After the people
they got what they call handsome features. They got them high cheekbones and shit. That's that Indian.
Yeah, it is. I was like, that is a really good suggestion because they said
Dionne ain't stupid. Shit, she didn't they all gone. Dionne's still here. So
yeah. Aretha Franklin, they said she wanted Halle Berry to play her. So
and I want Britney Spears to play me. Fuck out of here. Halle Berry, really?
Oh man.
Yeah, Brayley Evans. She's a wonderful actress, a beautiful girl, thick, juicy, with a great kid-like quality that I think that I have. But she can go ham too if you press her. Her press ratio, 10 out of 10.
Oh, okay. Well, that I'm gonna have to research her.
Research.
I'm just in awe at these young girls. Meg Thee Stallion. I watched her body video. I said,
body yaddy 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 yaddy.
Body yaddy yaddy yaddy. I was like, Lord, I'm too old. If I did any of this stuff.
Megan is real. She's a Texas girl. She's a corn-fed, thick-ass Texas girl with no fake titties and no fake booty. So she can talk all the shit she wants to.
No, that chick is 100% bona fide. I was like, not 2 bullets to the foot.
To the foot.
But I didn't even see her limping.
Girl, I know she limped out that car, was bleeding, but she still had her hands up. She's bad to me. I love you, Meg.
Yeah, she's bad. Lizzo doing it with her flute.
That's pretty talented.
Yeah,
I ain't got the breath for none of that. I ain't got the breath or the energy to be shot in the foot. and I ain't got the breath or the energy to be blowing on no goddamn flute. I ain't had sex since March 9th of this year, so you know my flute techniques is rusty.
Well, I can't be blowing on no flute because I got asthma. So, you know, two puffs and I'm dead. So, but so we gonna end on this, Lou. I like to do 5 little rapid fire question and answers. So
Okay.
I just throw out a word and you come back with whatever you think of.
One word or just
it can be anything. You could just go.
Oh Lord have mercy. Look at God, girl. Turn on the regular light by the door. Okay. We done blew out my light. That's Jesus, girl.
That was nothing but the Lord. That was nothing but the Lord.
Oh, look at God. Look at God.
All the way back. And look, you took one of my rapid fires. I was going to say Coming to America, but you knocked that out the park. So I got to replace that one. So let's go with what you think about the new president, Joe Biden?
I think that he should do the best he can for about 9 months. And then I think he should catch a severe cold and have to step down. And Kamala would be the first Black female president of the United States of America.
And she was on the list too. Kamala says she from Oakland. She from your part of Oakland?
Fucking right.
And she's from Howard University. So we ain't got to hear about this. You got to come from Yale or Harvard to be in that daggone White House. Howard University is in the White House.
Yeah.
And what do you think about the vaccine, the COVID vaccine? You gonna take it or you gonna wait?
I'm gonna wait until the situation presents itself.
Okay.
If the situation don't present itself, then I ain't gotta say what the fuck I'm gonna do. But you know, we gotta see. If the situation never presents itself, I'll never take the virus. If I have to take the vaccine to work, then we'll have to discuss that at that time. Which means no.
Yeah, because people were saying they probably gonna make you have to take it to travel overseas and things like that.
Well, I won't go to fuck overseas.
Okay,
right here.
This is true. So 2021 being better than 2020. What do you think about that?
Well, I think we need not get excited like we're gonna flip the calendar and church is gonna open back up and we can go back out to dinner. It's gonna be months before this shit is over with. So just calm the fuck down, celebrate, throw some confetti up in the air, drink some champagne, go to fuck to bed, and keep praying.
Keep praying. That's right. You got to pray just to make it today.
That's what Hammer said, the great MC Hammer.
If you could see any two people in a versus, who would you choose? Because I said Patty and Gladys, and I never thought it would happen. And I'll be daggone the next week if somebody ain't say Patty and Gladys. I said, oh. So sometimes we can put stuff into the universe and don't even realize it.
I'd be like Dr. Dre and KRS-One.
Woo-wee. Now that's a serious one.
You asked.
Dr. Dre and KRS-One.
Mm-hmm.
That is an awesome combination.
Mm-hmm.
I would tune in for that one.
Yeah, of course you would.
You know who I would like to see? I would like to see Jaheim and D'Angelo.
Oh, I'd be asleep for both of them. Did I miss it? Oh, God, I went to sleep first 5 notes. Please. I'm not that type of chick. I only like Kim. I like Kim. That's it.
Oh, Kim. Yeah, when my cousin first introduced me to him, she's like, you got to listen to this artist named Kim. He's like a baby Al Jarreau.
Yeah, plus he used to be on the dope real bad, but he cleaned his ass up.
He did?
I like a motherfucker with a comeback story.
So you like Charlie Wilson?
I love Uncle Charlie. What? You better not. Girl, please. I'll shut this whole shit down. If anybody say anything about Charlie Wilson, don't fuck. Girl, I'm like what Kim Wayans used to be on In Living Color about Miss Jenkins. Don't say nothing about Charlie Wilson to me. He is musical god to me. And now he got a cut with Smokey Robinson. Fuck out of here. What?
That's right.
Charlie Wilson put the ipe in pipe, and he came back. Okay? He put the ipe in pipe. That motherfucker smoked so much cocaine, he met his wife in the rehab center. So
Luenell, you're doing everything. You're doing films, TV, talk shows. You got your own YouTube.
Savage X Fenty lingerie ambassador, His House magazine, voiceover for the Boondocks, Borat. Stop me when I get lying.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so you're doing everything. Out of all I guess because you're entertaining everything. Because I was gonna say, what is it out of all of that you like doing the most?
Stand up.
See, now that's a real stand-up comic right there.
Stand up for sure.
So you're one of those comics that even if you had a sitcom every week, you still gonna do your stand-up.
Yes, I would try to. Maybe once, maybe twice a month. I would definitely go out because doing a sitcom is a lot of work. But I still would like to go out and communicate with the real live people, not just a camera. And it's fun if you can have a studio audience. But with this COVID, they're shooting and you don't have no studio audience. And I don't want canned laughter. I want real laughter. So even if I was doing a show, I would still go out twice a month and do stand-up.
All right. Well, tell the people where they can find you. I love your YouTube show. So just tell the people where they can find you.
Yes, my YouTube show. I taped today's episode earlier before your show. It's called Hey Luenell, HeyLuenell. Girl, you'd be surprised how many people I got to spell hey for. I'm like, what are you, fucking illiterate? God damn it. They go H-A-Y. No, bitch, that's for horses. HeyLuenell. That's why I spell this shit. Because you'd be surprised, Alycia, for real. Hey Luenell on YouTube. I come on live every Wednesday from 3 to 4 p.m. Figure it out if you're on the East Coast and stuff like that. And my Instagram is just @Luenell, @Luenell. Facebook is the official Luenell, spell official any way you want to. And, just don't look for me in the club no time fucking soon, because I'm not doing it until maybe maybe springtime next year. But you can still enjoy me on my Instagram lives and on my YouTube show. And we archived a lot of, all the shows are archived. You can go back. I did a tour of Tyler Perry's studio when I was there shooting Coming to America. That's on my YouTube show. When I cut my nails, for my fans to know that I used to wear really long nails. When I cut them, that's on my YouTube channel. A lot of fun stuff. So check it out.
Did you cut the nails for your role?
No, I cut them because goddamn it was quarantine and my motherfucking nail girl was out of business for a while.
Okay.
But I would cut them for a role. I did cut them for Dolomite because back in the Dolomite era, there were no acrylic nails. So I did cut them for a role. And I'll cut them for a role anytime because you just go back the next week and buy them again. Shit.
Exactly. Yeah, because I love your nails. But
me too. I miss them really bad.
I know. Your nails are like an extension of you. Well, thank you so much for doing Nightmare Road Stories. We so appreciate you, and congratulations on all your success. You worked hard and you deserve it.
Thank you very much, Alycia. I love you very much and I support everything you do. I'm sorry I scared your crew.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
On our next episode, join me and our special guest, Rita Brent. Nightmare Road Stories is a production of ElectraCast Media. Our executive producers are Mark Netter and Peter Rafelson. Our producer is April Simmons. Our editor is Jamal Holmes. Theme music by Emir Oshalai. Please subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. If you like the show, please give us a rating and tell your friends. If you don't like the show, please give us a rating and tell your friends. Until next time, I'm your host, Alycia Cooper, and keep your ears on the road.
ElectraCast.
For those of you who dream of a world where music and podcasts live together in perfect harmony, now, for the first time, ElectraCast gives you a magical compilation, Pod Till You Drop, Volume 1, where we give you the best in tunes and the best in podcasts. Feast your ears and hear the culture. Available now wherever you listen to music.
Ever thought about starting your own podcast?
Do you have a business or a message you want to share with the world?
Well, now it's easier than ever with ElectraCast. Hi, I'm Mark Netter.
And I'm Peter Rafelson. We're the founders of ElectraCast Media.
Whether you want to start a new podcast or already have one, join ElectraCast to grow your audience, monetize your content, and build your community.
With our simple sign-up, you get free promotion, world-class analytics, premium ads, and personal support.
Go to ElectraCast.com and join our community today.
ElectraCast. Transform your influence.
ElectraCast.